Hi guys! A year ago ish, I bought a camera. I bought the Osmo ACTION camera. Now I've been wanting to do a review about it, but I'm not exactly a review guy. But I've been using this camera for a year now for this kind of material, vlogging, walking and talking. Some of my videos are exclusively shot on the Osmo ACTION, and I absolutely love this camera. This is my other vlogging camera. It's big. It's my Canon 1DX Mark II, and it is a Canon, and it's a Canon, and it's a Canon, yeah. This is an amazing camera. I'm gonna put it here on my foot because it's heavy. I work out regularly just to be able to carry this beast around. It is, without a doubt, hands down, the best camera I have ever had. And but for this kind of stuff, this vlogging style videos, it is, well, it has a few drawbacks. First, it's heavy. It's difficult to carry around like this, and also it doesn't have an image stabilizer, so the slightest movement of my hand is gonna show up on the video. Also, it doesn't have a flippy screen. I don't see what I'm doing. As for this Osmo ACTION, it has this small screen in the front, so at least I can see how the light conditions are. That's, it's if I'm exposed. But the Canon does not have that. Because of the bulk and the size and the weight of it, it makes me lazy sometimes when I'm vlogging. I don't wanna bother with different angles or trying to do something original. I just hold it. So then, for contrast, look at the setup I have here. This is my Osmo ACTION. I do have a microphone attached to it. Now we can get a casing where I can put the microphone on. I haven't bought it. I had this little, stick where I can put my microphone on. So, well, it's my life story. I'm a little lazy, so if I manage to find a workaround around stuff like that, I just stick with that. But look at the difference between the Osmo with the funny stick and the microphone, and then the 1DX. So one of the best part with this camera is you can put it anywhere. And it's waterproof, so you can put it, you can drop it, you can put water on it, you can put it in the ocean. It's just a tank. It's a tiny tank.
Well, it ain't cheap being poor, and I can't take any more of the tickets and the taxes and the fees. I work hard for my pay, and they take it away like they don't care. I got a family to feed. They cut my shifts at the mill. I fell behind on my bills, and when you're late, they try to charge you more money. They were riding my back, so I just cut them a check. Then the bank charged me a low balance fee. Yeah, it ain't cheap being poor. It ain't cheap being poor. No, it ain't cheap being poor. It ain't cheap being poor. I work hard for my pay, and they take it.
My settings for the Osmo ACTION, it's not complicated. It can do 4K. I sometimes use 4K, not because the image quality is so much better. I use it for zoom because my output is always 1080. So when I shoot 4K, I have zoom. So I do use that sometimes. But for this stuff, I use 2.7K. I haven't done tests. I'm not a scientist, but from what I see, with Rocksteady on, which is the Osmo ACTION's image stabilization, and 2.7K, I'm getting really smooth footage. Yeah, it's amazing, and I can just like zoom in for emphasis, you know, in post if I need to. Because it's 2.7K and my output is 1080, like I said. So other settings will be the color profile. I use the log, the Cinelike Cinelike or whatever it's called. It is gives me a little bit more to work with in post. I use Dewarp on because to get the warping, because the lens is wide, so if you don't have it on, it warps a little bit. So I have that. Rocksteady, yeah, that's the image stabilization in this camera. It's called Rocksteady. I always have that on, and with the Dewarp and Rocksteady, it crops a little bit. It doesn't bother me, but if I would need like a super wide footage for some reason, I would probably take that off. Other stuff, I'm basically just using auto. Everything is auto because if I need something which is like a specialized setting, if I need to use a custom setting, it's not for this kind of footage. I never, I don't care. I mean, how good does this video have to be? When I was starting to learn this video thing, I learned everything on YouTube, and there was these video gurus, and they were telling me in the video that it was not bad advice, but it was all about you need to be cinematic. You need to have those frames, these I don't know what it's called, cinemascope or whatever, and teal and orange, very important. And everything, if it's not shot in 24 frames per second, it's just complete crap. That's another setting I forgot to mention. I shoot at 25 because that's that suits Europe. These kind of, it's all about technical. These advices I'm getting from these YouTube gurus, it's all technical stuff. I'm not saying that it's not important, this technical stuff, but all I'm saying is nobody cares. People who are watching this video, they really don't care about teal and orange and 24 frames per second. Trust me. Well, it depends on the channel, maybe a little bit. If you're teaching that stuff, that's important. If you're teaching high quality grading, that's important. But for vlogs, no. Look at this guy. This guy is Benjamin. His channel is Bald and Bankrupt, I think it was. Yeah, and he uses some camera. I don't even know. The video quality is okay. The sound is decent. For most of the time, it's decent. If there's not a lot of environmental sound, because apparently he just uses on-camera mic. But his videos are packed with information and interesting stuff, and it's a joy to watch. When I bought the Osmo, I was sold this DJI little thingy to plug in the camera to hook up the microphone. It never worked. $50. I paid $50 for it, and it never ever worked. And it wasn't until I got this third-party thingy to hook up the microphone when it started working. And in retrospect, I might sometimes have, trusted the camera, the sound of the camera too much. In some of my videos, it's a little bit annoying, the sound, but it's never, you know, it's never a deal breaker, but it's annoying, especially for me, because I could have done better. I could have done external sound, but I didn't. But with this microphone, it's fine. You know, the sound isn't perfect. It's not studio quality sound, but it's good. So don't use the Osmo Actions in camera mic. It's complete crap. I am a photographer that also sometimes make videos. So my primary goal is photography. So sometimes when I'm at location, especially in travel photography situation where, you know, there's no tripods, everything is handheld, both photos and video, I have to choose between shooting video for my YouTube channel or, you know, whatever I'm doing, or shoot. But with this camera, I can actually do both. You know, I just hold the camera up, I just hold the Osmo Action, and then I hold my camera, and I'm primarily shooting photos, but I'm also the Osmo is seeing everything, and yes, agreed. Sometimes the framing is not perfect, or it can be a little crooked, stuff like that. But it doesn't. At least I have video, and I always manage to get enough of usable footage to make the videos. To emphasize the quality of the image stabilization on this camera, I put my camera on this stick I had. It's about a meter long, just over a meter long, and I was driving in the highlands of Iceland. And it's windy, bad roads, and I extended my stick completely. I hold it outside of the window like that. I might be a little sweaty. And the footage is completely steady. It is amazing.
I'm coming home to my lady. Still got a long way to go. I'm coming home to my darling. Still got a long way to go. If you could wire me some money, well, I'll be home.
With all the things that are good with this camera, there are of course some things that are not as good. And one of the things which is not exactly good is the light sensitivity. The footage starts to fall apart really fast when you don't have nice light. Here I am in an ice cave. It's still a usable footage, but you can see here it has, you know, there's some grain in the shadow areas, and that's fine. When it gets too dark, I just switch cameras. I just use my my Canon, and also when I'm shooting on my desk, like sitting at the desk and talking, I always use my Canon. I don't think that's not a job for a action camera. I didn't tell you one of the most amazing thing about it. It's the price. It's about $260. It's just cheap. Well, you know, anything that costs $260, people are gonna feel that. But what are you getting for this $260? It's a lot. It's a lot, and for many people, it's enough. If you're planning on buying it, there's a link in the description. I would appreciate if you would use that link, because then I get a little bonus to support my channel. That would be nice. And also, for the third-party little thingy that you need to hook up the microphone, you're gonna need that. I think that's about $15 or $20. You need that. Believe me, you don't want to rely on the microphone in camera. It sucks. So like always, if you made it this far to the video, you might have liked it. So give it a like, you know, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.